Sorry, I don't have any screen to share today, but I have given earlier a link, a video link to Ryan. So you kindly share it later on in the chat. And Amber is here also from Green Kashmir. I will ask her to share a couple of links if you wanted to find out a little bit more. There are people who know a little bit about me and our work, but there are people obviously who don't know. And the people who don't know, hello everyone, my name is Shah. We run a permaculture project in Kashmir in north of India. We have been involved in permaculture here in the UK as well. Permaculture has been a great tool for us. And we got involved fully with permaculture since 2015 when the Permaculture International Convergence was here in the UK, just close where we live in Essex. And since knowing permaculture, at that time, we were really feeling very, very low, very down, a little bit hopeless what was happening in Kashmir with regards to the political situation. The people who don't know, I come from a north of India. Kashmir is divided in two parts. Half is with Pakistan and half is with India. And from India side, the Kashmir, the turmoil has been for almost 30 years. So we needed something. We have been doing things a little bit with the women's project, with creating some kind of economic kind of regeneration project in Kashmir before 2015. But then we needed something more than just kind of economic. So we came across permaculture, and then we have made some fantastic friends. And it has been a great support for us, having this community, having these meaningful connections, which has given us amazing kind of strength in these years. So this year, coming back to the point, this year earlier, we came back from Kashmir in February time. We were running, we were delivering a project with the climate change. And this year we also had developed a permaculture because we were working in a conflict zone. So we kind of felt we needed to do more with permaculture. So we had kind of came to this kind of phrase, this coin, trauma-informed permaculture, because when you're working in a trauma zone where there has been war, so there is obviously, I understand we at some point in our lives, we do kind of experience some kind of trauma at some point. But when there is a whole country kind of in conflict, there is a high level of trauma, and people are traumatized in so many ways. You get an economic trauma, you get like a mental, emotional trauma, you get physical trauma. People are beat to death or tortured. So we felt, so this year earlier we actually had a program which we wanted to kind of pilot, and we delivered some kind of small kind of workshops with small kind of group of people in Kashmir, and which was really fantastically well received, and we had a fantastic response and feedback. And then in February we came back, and we were planning to go back in August, but obviously then in March, everyone is aware, we kind of, everything went, due to pandemic, everything went into lockdown. So obviously once we had a lockdown, we had to find different ways kind of to communicating with our community, with our team in Kashmir. So we took a lot of our work on virtual kind of classes and Zoom, and that's how we kept so far connection with our friends, family, and our core team in Kashmir. But also, obviously, we have got life here as well in the UK, so we have got small community around here. So we have been every week, Amber has set up 3 different kind of sessions. So we have been every week kind of being in touch with our community here in the UK, with our people, with our friends. So kind of sharing, sometimes even if there is a heavy heart, sharing with other people can be very, like it can bring some relief. and having that sense that there is a community, there is a meaningful connection, there are people who share the same value, who share the same belief. They're knowing that in our heart that they are there. It actually can be very comforting, and it can be very soothing as well when things are very difficult. So that's how we obviously then I kind of Jennifer was saying and Sarah said, and also being we're going for these wonderful walks in the forest can be very healing and very uplifting. And then also having a space, we had a small allotment here, so we went almost every day on the allotment. And most of our food this year, because we didn't do much traveling to Kashmir, we stayed here, so most of our food actually came from our allotment this year. And it has been one of the most rewarding experience to actually have most of the food which has been grown by ourselves, with our own hands, and actually to eat that food and be nurtured by that food, and having a love, having the people who value, who you love and they love you, having those people around you makes a significant difference in people. And sometimes people, I am aware there are people who did felt like isolation, but also remembering those people as well. This is really interesting. This time, the pandemic, due to pandemic, there are different parts of the world, especially West, has experienced lockdown. And coming back from Kashmir myself, lived all my life there. When there was lockdown, plus we used to have gunshots, grenades, bomb. You could hear the bombs going on. So plus also you were amplified with the lockdowns. But now, like there are my friends here in the West who we have been in touch on a regular basis. They're sharing the experience about this lockdown. It has brought some kind of understanding to people who are not living. There are people in Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. They have been experiencing these kind of lockdowns and traumatic experience for many decades and many years. But now, kind of this lockdown going around the world, and other people experiencing it. So maybe we can, in a way, understand more better those people, their experiences, and share their pain in a way where there is some level of some degree of kind of understanding what other people are going through. But coming back to the point with permaculture, permaculture has been now our lens. We look to the life through permaculture, lens of the permaculture. We live permaculture, we breathe permaculture, we walk permaculture, we talk permaculture. And it has been an incredible kind of a tool for us and this community to be part of, which we are deeply grateful to be connected with this community.